Cash advances amounting to 27.59 million as of December 31, 2022 were granted despite prior advances remain unliquidated, violating COA Circular number 97-003. Inventories worth 21.82 million, bottled water, condiments, snacks, school supplies, etc., were allegedly procured without proper procedures like competitive bidding, shopping, or small value procurement, and instead purchased through cash advances. Number 3, the failure to revert the unexpended amount of 456,481 pesos from the local disaster risk management fund to the general fund as mandated by Section 21 of Republic Act number 10121 and instead utilizing it for an unrelated project. Number 4, cash advances amounting to 19.4 million disbursed for the procurement of fuel, oil, and lubricants without proper documentation such as contract agreement forms and delivery receipts. Despite showing an inventory valued at 20,549,531 and 40 cents, there was no actual inventory held by LGU as the tanks were found empty as of December 31, 2023. Number 5, the progress billings totaling at least 70 million were paid to contractors despite incomplete documentary requirements and in some cases even beyond the approved project period, among other irregularities. Number 6, the COA report shows that as early as 2014, there were unliquidated cash advances totaling to 1,180,993 pesos and 90 cents, a figure that has since increased significantly. These findings, along with the historical issues highlighted in prior COA reports, demand a comprehensive and impartial investigation. It is the responsibility of this committee to determine the truth behind these allegations and to ensure that accountability is upheld. I would like to emphasize that our investigation is non-political and objective. We are here not to target individuals or engage in partisan considerations, but to perform our mandate of safeguarding public funds and promoting good governance. This investigation is undertaken for the benefit of the people of Impasugong and the entire nation, ensuring that resources entrusted to local government units are used for the welfare of their constituents. This committee has a proven track record of addressing cases involving irregularities and lapses in governance. Through diligent inquiry and collaboration with oversight institutions such as the Commission on Audit, the Ombudsman, and other agencies, we have consistently ensured that those responsible are held to account, and that reforms are recommended to prevent similar issues in the future. We urge all resource persons present today, including representatives from the Commission on Audit, as well as the implicated officials, to provide complete and truthful accounts. Your cooperation is vital in ensuring a just and conclusive resolution to these matters. Rest assured that this committee will approach this investigation with fairness and integrity, guided solely by the facts and our shared commitment to the public good. Thank you, and let us proceed with today's deliberations. Now, before we proceed with the sponsorship remarks of the author, COMSEC is directed to administer the oath of all the resource persons present, and that includes their counsel present in today's hearing. And again, just to remind the council, please enter your official appearance as counsel. COMSEC, please proceed.
Mr. Chair, with your indulgence, may we acknowledge first the presence of the other Sangguniang Bayan members.
Please proceed.
We would like to welcome SB member Lucrecio Oliver and Diomedes Tulusan. Welcome po.
Thank you, COMSEC. Before you administer the oath, COMSEC, let me acknowledge the presence of our Vice Chairperson, Committee on Suffrage and Electoral Reform, Representative Kit Flores, representing 2nd District of Bukidnon, and also representing the 1st District of Oriental Mindoro, Representative Anan Sipang Diligan. Thank you for coming, sir. Concept, please proceed.
All our resource persons, please stand up and raise your right hands. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth before this committee? So help you God. The oath has been administered, Your Honor.
Thank you, Comsec. Please be seated. Now, let me, before we start with the interpretation and some sponsorship remarks from the complainants, of course, the mayor, if he wants to, let me acknowledge the author of this House Resolution number 28. House Resolution 20087. Sorry po, nakakalimutan ko na, ang dami ko kasing mga reso dito kaninang umaga pa. Anyway, let me acknowledge the chairman of a committee on ethics in the House of Representatives in the 19th Congress, Congressman Moniz Pares. Sorry, Moniz Pares. Please proceed, Chairman Mon.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and esteemed members of the committee, and to our distinguished resource persons and witnesses, mayong hapon, good afternoon. So, as one of the principal authors of this House Resolution number 2087, I must express my deep concern over the recurring audit findings in the local government of Impasugong, Bukidnon. I visited this town. These issues are neither minor oversights nor negligible, but they represent significant breaches of standard government accounting, procurement, and auditing practices. Mr. Chair, firstly, as of December 31, 2022, there were unliquidated cash advances, which you have mentioned a while ago, na nagballoon to more than 27 million. So these advances were granted by no other than the municipal mayor to accountable officers who have not liquidated their transactions prior to the next cash advance transactions. So meaning this is a very clear violation of the fiscal responsibility. Secondly, Mr. Chair, the procurement of goods that you have mentioned a while ago, and the total of those at least 21 million did not adhere to proper procurement procedures. Instead of competitive bidding or other approved methods, these items were purchased via cash advances, sidestepping the mandated procedures. Thirdly, there is a serious lack of proper inventory management. The local government has failed to maintain the stock cards, which lead to discrepancies such as an inventory report showing 20.4 million worth of gasoline and diesel, yet the fuel tanks, based on the audit, is actually empty. Moreover, progress billing for construction projects have revealed alarming anomalies. Contractors receive advance payment despite negative slippages and without the required supporting documentation. Payments to supplier were also made without delivery receipts, raising further question about financial transparency and accountability. These findings indicate gross neglect of duty, suggesting that public funds may be spent without adequate accountability and safeguards. The financial documents and inventory practices are misleading, and the official involved seem to disregard sound fiscal policies. This investigation is crucial to identify gaps and implement corrective measures through legislation. If proven true, these violations constitute a severe breach of government accounting rules and procedures as outlined in our RA 9184, the COA guidelines, and the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act. Such action indeed undermine public trust and accountability. Therefore, Mr. Chair, I hope that this committee hearing will provide a platform to thoroughly address these concerns and put an end these systemic and lawful practices, ensuring the integrity of the local government. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Chairman Moniz Pares, for that sponsorship remarks. Now, let me proceed to, before we will ask Chairman Akop to discuss about some admin matters. Let me proceed with the possible. Doon po sa mga complainant, do you have? Yes, ma'am. Before I will recognize Mayor Oy. Ma'am, do you have a prepared statement?
Yes, yes.
Please proceed po.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Our Honorable Chairperson, Honorable Joseph Stephen Carpas S. Paduano, members of this August Chamber, everyone, matagway hapon, magandang hapon po. Article 11, Section 1 of the 1987 Constitution provides that public office is a public trust. Public officers and employees must at all times be accountable to the people, serve them with utmost responsibility, integrity, loyalty, and efficiency, act with patriotism and justice, and lead modest lives. I am Jitami Okinlay, Councilor of the Sangguniang Bayan in Pasugong Bukidnon. Thank you for this privilege to address this body. Our primary interest, Mr. Chair, is stopping the recurring irregularities involving increasing amount of funds and the legality of the actions of our local finance per COA annual audit report. Hoping we can enhance local policies, empowering COA and making LCS more law-abiding, transparent, accountable, and ensure local finance integrity and trust of the constituents. When the Sangguniang Bayan received the 2022 COA AAR in May 2023, we were alarmed by two major findings. One, additional cash advances accountable to accountable officers despite failure to settle the previous cash advances due to them, resulting to an unliquidated cash advance as of December 31, 2022, totaling to 27 millions, exposing the funds to possible misuse and making the asset and expense account unreliable. Slide 2 shows that the longest liquidation submitted is 499 days. Number 2, 21 millions procurement which did not undergo proper procurement procedure. Cash advance was used as mode of procurement. We called the LCA through the concerned department heads to enlighten us of these findings. Ms. Chona A. Franchi, Management Audit Analyst 3, informed that SB that they have submitted the documents to the COA. We reacted that COA denied the reason of exigency. They must follow COA's recommendations and make accountable officers when needed. Slide 4 is an example of how cash advances for shirts and school supplies were split. For t-shirts, just for the month of June, a total of 1,655,500 was bought. June 6, cash advances totaling 340,000. June 7, 3 cash advances totaling 500,000. June 21, 2 cash advances totaling 332,000. For school supplies, total of 1,826,412.75 for March alone. 2 instances of 2 cash advances for a day and 4 cash advances in March 23 for a total of 746,160. And regardless of where the schools are, the 2 numbers for cash advances are 127,673.25 and 186,540. Quoting COA Annual Audit Report 2022, they also added that the LGU could save more if they opted for procurement through cash advances. However, analysis of the price per DTI and per supporting documents of the LGU shows that the prices availed by the LGU were much higher than the suggested retail price. Slide number 5. COA AERs 2022 and 2023 repeatedly recommended to the LCA to file appropriate charges to the officials. Page 42 of 2022 and page 66 and 85 for the 2023. Recurring findings of AAR since 2021 to 2022 can be seen in page 40 on cash advance and page 48 on procurement. 2023 Roman numeral number 5, number 1 recommends that the LCA should make accountable officials and employees liquidate, submit valid justification, and if it warrant, file criminal charges. Nothing prospered. SB also invited the special disbursing officer to no avail. The mayor still must act on the questions of COA, especially in cash advances, tampering, zero inventories, cash advance charge to equity, and advance payment of fuels. In June 2024, we received the 2023 COA AAR with more disturbing findings. Number 1, fuel, oil, and lubricants totaling 19.4 million were paid in advance, leaving at least a total of 2.2 million undelivered as of December 2023 and 2.8 million with lacking supporting documents. At the same time, the 2023 inventory balance in the book stood at 20.4 million, but the same audit mentioned that there was zero inventory in the actual. Number 2, tampering of documents. There are 2 instances where tampered is mentioned. First, in the withdrawal slips for the construction materials inventory, and I quote, "For the year 2023 alone, there were at least 35 unnumbered withdrawal slips. Some were even tampered." Second is the 8 billion credits to the other supplies and materials for distribution inventory. COA made evaluations of the attached documents to the credit. Sample shows various issues of discrepancies and even tampering. SB again invited the local finance committee headed by the LCA. Initially unheaded, presumably because of the LCA dictates, some members later attended. The nature of transaction decreasing amount compelled us to find another recourses. List the questionable funds will balloon and the possible loss of government resources. We filed cases to the Ombudsman to resolve if there is legal accountability of LCA. We also sent 2 resolutions in September 23, 2024 and October 14, 2024 to COA.
May I please proceed? Ma'am, before I forgot, please submit to this, to the COMSEC, your copies of your presentation to send your opening statement. Please proceed. May I please proceed?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Distinguished and honorable members of the House of Representatives, especially the honorable members of the Committee on Public Accounts, headed by its honorable chairman, Joseph Stephen Caraps Espaduano, and the Speaker of the House, Honorable Martin Romualdez, and our very own Congressman, Attorney Jan Flores. At sa lahat ng nandito po ngayon, magandang hapon po. Madagwaya hapon inyo alan. Mayong hapon sa inyong tanan. Good afternoon. Ako po si Anthony A. Uy, married, 45 years old. Nanungkulan po ako bilang mayor ng Municipality of Impasugong, Bukidnon mula noong 2014 at magtatapos ng aking huling termino bilang alkalde ng Impasugong, Bukidnon ngayong Hunyo 2025. Bago po ako nanungkulan bilang alkalde, ay naglingkod po ako bilang Sangguniang Kabataan Kagawad noong 1996 hanggang 2001. Noong 2001 at 2002, naging ISKI chairman po, Your Honor. Sa taong 2002 hanggang 2010, naglingkod din po ako bilang barangay kagawad at naging vice mayor ng Impasugong, Bukidnon noong 2010 to 2014. Kaya po, may 28 taon na po ako nanungkulan sa bayan ng Impasugong, Bukidnon, Your Honor. Una sa lahat, ako po at ang aking mga kasamahan ay nagpapasalamat sa ating mga kagalang-galang na mga representante na bumubuo ng Committee on Public Accountability na mabigyan kami ng pagkakataon na makapunta dito sa Kongreso at masagot ang inyo pong mga katanungan at mabigyang liwanag ang lahat ng mga issues at katanungan na nais niyong tanungin. First time ko po makapunta dito sa Kongreso, Your Honors, tulad po ng iba pong kasama ko ng mga opisyalis ng Impasugong, Bukidnon. Nandito rin po, Your Honor, kasama ko ng hearing ang ating mga municipal officials, Honorable Lucrecio Oliver, Honorable Diomedes Tolosan, Honorable Maxwell Antibo, Honorable Jitaimi Gumban, Honorable Eutropio Hamilo, Honorable Sinia Jane Itziminada, Honorable Venerando Daon, our ABC President, Honorable Lito Sinhayan, our Municipal IPMR Dato, Honorable Jonathan Ulana, at kasama rin po namin, Your Honor, ang aming Council Attorney Osis Deb Maramara, at nandito rin po kasama natin si Fiscal Romel Alonto, nagpunta dito para magbisita sa kanyang kasin dito. At yung may bahay ko po, Your Honor, kasama ko, Norma Chavez Oy. At ang ating Municipal Accountant, Heidi M. Suyat, Assistant Treasurer, Acting Municipal Treasurer, Alberto Clarito, Municipal Budget Officer, Wendell Cañete, Municipal Planning Development Coordinator, Ma'am Consentina Dalinaw, Municipal Engineer, Engineer Francisco Ginayon, Local Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Officer, Ms. Joyfit Obsiuma, former Municipal Administrator, Mr. Ben Gabriel Oy. Bago po ako magtapos, Your Honors, gusto ko lang po sabihin na tungkol po sa aming cash advances sa taong 20 at 2022, ito po ay liquidated na at naisumiti na po sa Commission on Audit. Tanggap po namin na naging matagal ang proseso ng liquidation of cash advances sa taong 2021 at 2022 dahil sa mga taong ito ay nasa kasagsagan po tayo ng national health emergency and state of calamity dulot po ng COVID pandemic. Ang aming bayan po, Your Honor, ng Impasugong Bukidnon ay naging critical din sa mga taong ito dahil sa presensya ng Communist New People's Army at naging hadlang sa development ng Impasugong Bukidnon sa mahal naming bayan. Maraming naging marahas na armadong inkwentro at patayan sa bayan ng Impasugong. Isa po dito, paglandmine sa isang army convoy of military vehicle escorting local volunteers and foreign observers from Vietnam, Myanmar, Indonesia, and Malaysia, kung saan 11 sundalo ang nasaktan noong May 31, 2019. Pangalawa po, Your Honor, ang pag-ambush at pagpatay ng New People's Army sa aming yumaong dating Mayor Mario Okinlay noong July 2, 2014 sa isa po naming far-flung barangay Buntungo ng Impasugong Bukidnon. Isa din po dito, Your Honor, ang pagkamatay ng number 1 top New People's Army, NPA, leader na si Jorge George Madlos aka Kaoris sa isang military encounter sa pagitan ng ating kasundaluhan at New People's Army noong October 31, 2021, kung saan namatay si Kaoris nang siyang matamaan ng napakalakas na 500-pound bomb na yumanig at gumising sa buong probinsya ng Bukidnon, Your Honors. Ang patuloy na military operations laban sa mga armadong New People's Army ng mga panahong ito ay nagdulot ng matinding takot at banta sa katahimikan at sa seguridad ng aming pong bayan ng Impasugong, Your Honors. Noong 2021 at 2022 ay kasagsagan din po ng war against drugs ng ating dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte, kung saan mayroong kaming 631 drug surrenderies, 639 ay drug users at 42 ay drug pushers. Kaya maraming programa at expenditures ang inilaan ng local government ng Impasugong to support the government's effort in the war against drugs. Hindi po madali ang mga problema at hamon na hinarap ng bayan ng Impasugong noong mga nakaraang taon. Ngunit kami po ay natagumpay sa awa ng Diyos at sa pagtutulungan ng lahat ng aming nanatagunan ang mga pangangailangan ng mga mamamayan sa bayan ng Impasugong, lalo na ang mga mahihirap na kababayan, kung saan meron po tayong poverty incidence na 40.70 according to the Philippine Statistic 21 data. Dahil sa ating matapat na serbisyo, tayo po ay tumanggap ng ilang parangal at commendation tulad ng 2022 Gawad Parangal Awardees as the most outstanding mayor of the Philippines ng Association of Local Social Welfare and Development Officers of the Philippines. Second, 2021 National Anti-Drug Abuse Council Performance Award. Third, 2023 Green Banner Seal of Compliance. 2024, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024 Gawad Kalasag Seal of Excellence Beyond Compliance. 2015, 2016, 2019, 2022 at 2024 Seal of Good Local Governance o SGLG. Sixth, recognition for good financial housekeeping from the Department of Interior and Local Government year 2021, 2022, and 2023. At this point po, Your Honor, handa po kaming sagutin ang inyong mga katanungan and may peace be with you all. Maraming salamat po, Your Honor. Thank you po.
Thank you, Mayor. Please submit to the COMSEC yung prepared opening remarks po po.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Let us proceed with the some admin matters before we proceed. And we just remind the members and all the resource persons that we will suspend the hearing at around 4 to 4:30 in the afternoon because we still have some matters to be pinapatawag po kami ng leadership din at saka may plenary session pa po. Chairman ako, please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Magandang hapon po sa atin lahat. May I know if there are lawyers for the resource persons present this afternoon? Are there? Please enter your appearance for and for whom? Officially?
Lawyers are directed to enter their appearance.
I am Attorney Al Sumalpong, Your Honor, of Cagayan de Oro City and Dipolo, Zamboanga del Norte, respectfully entering my appearance as counsel for Councilor Ditaime Mai Ukinlay and company po.
Thank you, Your Honors, Mr. Chairman. Good afternoon. I am Attorney Usays Dave Maramara, respectfully entering my appearance as counsel for Mayor Uy, as well as for the other officials coming from the LGU in Pasugong. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Attorney.
Good afternoon. Sorry. Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, Your Honors. I am Attorney Thunder Rhodes Lumbatan Aguirre, respectfully entering my appearance as the legal officer of the ILG 10.
Thank you. Official ka naman eh. Yung mga ano lang po, representing their yung private counsels na po. Okay, anyway. Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. I am Attorney Mary Natalie Caballero from Quezon City, respectfully entering my appearance as counsel for Municipal Accountant Heidi M. Suyat. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Attorney. Chairman Akop. Yes, may isa pa. Please proceed.
Good afternoon, Your Honors. I'm Attorney Jose Bismarck Zulueta, respectfully appearing as counsel for Heidi Suyat, Your Honor.
Thank you, Attorney. Yes, Chairman Akop.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We have invited the Vice Mayor of the municipality of Impasugong, and he has a letter to us. His excuse, Mr. Chair, is he has a prior inescapable commitment on the aforementioned date. May I move, Mr. Chair, that we re-invite the Vice Mayor in the next hearing and to have with him a proof of his inescapable prior commitment. So move, Mr. Chair.
There's a motion to once again invite the Vice Mayor of Impasugong, Bukidnon, Duly seconded. Any objections? The chair is none. The motion is carried. COMSEC is directed to invite once again the Vice Mayor of Impasugong. Chairman Ako, please proceed.
There's also submitted to the committee a letter of excuse of the Honorable Jesse Ondouy, Municipal Councilor in Pasugong, Bukidnon. And his reason is that he has a prior appointment with his physician on the same date. And the second reason is that the said invite is an unexpected expense on my part. So, Mr. Chair, may we re-invite the municipal or the Honorable Jesse Ondouy, Municipal Councilor of Impasugong, Bukidnon, and present to this committee also proof of his date with his physician. I do not see the reason why the second reason is logical or would be acceptable to this committee, since most of the councilors are present this afternoon and he is the only one absent. So may I move, Mr. Chair?
There's a motion. Do I hear a second? There's a motion to re-invite and bring with him the proof of the medical
His
medical
medical appointment.
appointment with his physician. Duly seconded. In objection, the chair is none. The motion is carried. COMSEC is directed to re-invite Councilor Ondouy. Yes,
That-
Chairman Akop.
That would be all, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Chairman Akop. Now let us proceed with the period of interpellation. So, anyone who wants to ask question from the members? The author?
Proponent muna.
Yes, Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I would like to throw this question with the municipal mayor of Impasugong. Now, based from this COA reports, Mr. Chair, Mayor, do you affirm that the 27,889,455.01 is really the unliquidated cash advance ending December 31, 2022? Do you affirm? Alam mo ba or ina-affirm mo itong amount na ito na unliquidated ending that period?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Okay. So also itong procurement na that had adhere no to the proper procurement, itong 21,819,370 and 50 cents, which we also presented a while ago. Do you affirm also na ito yung figure din na na-identify ng ating COA based on COA reports with your municipality?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Okay. And then another one, of course, itong inventory ng ating gasoline and diesel amounting to 20,400,000 na recorded as inventory, but walang stocks na available. Kapag sinabi mo kasi inventory, dapat physically nandyan yung stocks na yon. So, do you have a knowledge of this figure? At the same time, can you explain further bakit walang makitang physical inventory of the gasoline and diesel, but the records show na mayroon nasa stock siya kasi inventory siya eh. So, do you have the knowledge and the idea on this at bakit walang may figure, may inventory, bakit walang stocks?
Okay, thank you po, Your Honor. Kasi po sa bayan namin, Your Honor, during that time, pandemic, then kasagsagan ng pandemic, yung mga activities ng local government unit ay palagi kaming pumupunta ng mga barangay So gamit yung mga vehicle ng local government unit. So yung paggamit ng fuel, yun kasi mabilis yung yung fuel. So ang yung delivery ng fuel hindi on time nung time na yun, Your Honor.
Okay, so talking about the inventory, balance kasi ito. Ibig sabihin, there are series of procurement na nangyari. And then at the end of the day, at the end ng cut-off period on that 2022, yun ang naka-record sa books natin na ito yung naiwan na stocks na hindi nagamit. Okay, so that's why I recorded as inventory. So which is around 20 million. So ang tanong ko dito is, bakit tayo tuloy-tuloy na nag-procure at bakit ganun kalaki ang inventory ng gasoline and fuel mo na in fact wala ka paglagyan ng ganun kalaki na fuel amounting to such amount. So ang tanong dito is that bakit hindi siya nagamit? Kasi inventory pero walang stocks. Walang physical na fuel na nandyan present. So ibig sabihin, nawala yung fuel mo. Kinuha or ginamit ng iba. So that's why walang physical fuel na makita, but per records, naka-purchase kayo at naka-balance ng ganitong amount in your books pa. So ibig sabihin, pera pa rin, resources pa rin ng munisipyo yung 20 million na yan na nawala. Dahil walang stocks eh. Buti sana kung may stocks, wala tayong problema doon. Pero ang tanong minsan, ang question ng public, kahit kami, saan mo gagamitin yung 20 million at that time? No? Bakit mo inubos agad bili yung pera mo instead of purchasing yung need lang for that particular period, say 1 week or in a month? So ganun ang gusto namin malaman dito, Mayor. Bakit lumubo ng ganung amount at bakit nawala yung stocks?
Thank you po, Your Honor. Can I ask permission po para ma-clarify yung katanungan niyo po, Your Honor? Pwede po
Might be siguro, Mr. Chair, some of the officials in his town can direct the answer from my question.
Thank you po, Your Honor.
Sino bang in charge doon?
Okay, Your Honor.
Mayor, your council, please be advised that you should seek permission to the chair or you give your legal advice. You can only give legal advice. Not to cause the mayor to answer the queries. Not to cause the mayor to answer the queries. Mayor, sino yung staff mo?
Pwede ba
Yes, sino
sa
po?
budget officer po?
The budget
Your
officer
Honor.
of Impasugong.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Please answer the query of Chairman Espares.
Magandang hapon, Mr. Chair. With regards po sa inventory, ang ugali po ng inventory kasi sir, parang cash-advance din. Ang nangyayari, kailangan mag-liquidate kasi inventory nga. Paano mo ma-out yung stock ng inventory? Kailangan ng mga liquidation report para ma-out yun sa book ng accounting. Kailangan ng outflow ng inventory kasi inflow lang lahat. Din po sa submission ng liquidation for inventory from GSO to the records of the accounting for it to be liquidated, for it to be deducted. And that's when the time that we don't have the GSO and somebody is not functioning that function. That's why lumubo yung inventory balance at hindi na re-record yung mga liquidation kasi nga walang stock cards, wala pa kaning established na GSO. Pero ang actual na nangyari is
nagamit na yung gasolina pero hindi pa nare-record yung outflow ng inventory.
Tayo magagamit.
Microphone after speaking. Mayor. Anyway, to the members now, bago ko makalimutan, we have already asked the SecGen for all the members in today's hearing present na ano tayo sa plenary. Please proceed, Chairman Mon.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yeah. Again, sinabi natin doon, hindi ninyo ni-record na nag-out na sa inyong inventory, something like that?
Mr. Chair, kinakailangan po ng COA ng liquidation report sa mga inventory items. Medyo nakaproblema dahil nga sa pandemic, yung pag-re-record at saka wala po kaming established na GSO. Wala pong, ang LGU namin ay hindi pa nakaka-appoint ng GSO in which siya yung talagang may function na magtrabaho nun. In lieu of the function of the GSO, the municipal treasurer should be functioning the GSO, of which pandemic nga sir, mahirap pa i-mobilize. Ang nangyari, puro lang inflow ang nangyari, kaya lumubo yung balance ng inventory sa records ng accounting. At yun ang requirement by COA to submit liquidations of those inventories in that span of period from 2021 and 2022, Your Honor.
Okay, so sige, we will check that with the COA later on. Ang tanong ko dito is 2022 yung pinag-usapan. Prior to 2022, say 2021, mayroong inventory din ba na nakabook sa record ng LGU in Pasugong? Mayroon? Wala. It's only in the 2022.
Mr. Chair, kung mamarapatin, pwede po bang ipagsalita ang accountant kasi nasa records nila
So
yung
bakit ikaw
balance?
sumagot?
I was asked by the municipal mayor. Sorry, Mr. Chair.
The municipal accountant is here. So do you think the municipal accountant is knowledgeable to that? Mr. Chair?
Going back to your question, Your Honor, you asked that what happened or on the explanation of the existence of gasoline, fuel, and lubricants or none thereof. Your Honor, I can only confirm the amount as per record, which is recorded in our financial statements. But as to the existence or none thereof, Your Honor, I cannot answer because I am not the one in charge in the monitoring and dispensing the fuel, Your Honor. I can only receive the record of the fuel inventory and deduct thereof if there is a liquidation, Your Honor. But as to the existence or none thereof, I have no knowledge, Your Honor.
Again, yes, Mr. Chair, no, dahil kung yan ang sagot natin dito, so babalik kay Mayor ulit. Okay, which si Mayor, sinabi niya, kayo ang makapag-explain niyan.
Your Honor, with due respect, I believe we have here our personnel. You asked earlier that who is the staff of Mayor. So we have here the staff in charge of fuel. Maybe he can answer that, Your Honor.
Okay, sige. Anyway, to have time for my colleagues also, dahil alam ko marami rin silang tanong. On the inventory dito, kasi tinanong ko lang about yung balance kanina. Pero if we are going to look the presentation kanina ni ISB, parang na-record dito na this is an advance payment. Can you confirm, accountant, na talagang nag-advance payment kayo for the fuel, for that diesel and gasoline? Kaya naging inventory siya?
Your
Ibig sabihin,
Honor,
walang stocks, pero binayaran nyo in advance. Pwede mangyari yon. Other than the explanation kanina na hindi na record yung out, in lang ang lahat, kaya lumubo. Pero alam naman natin na may accounting procedures tayo na sinusunod na dapat then accountable tayo doon. No? So that's another thing. Okay, question there is, may advance payment ba talaga na nangyari?
Your Honor, to answer that, the procurement of fuel lies with the BAC. The mode of procurement lies with the BAC. Upon payment, Your Honor, upon submission of documents, depending upon their BAC resolution, I will only record that there is payment of liquidation subject to the utilization, or it will be recorded as inventory, Your Honor, because the utilization thereof cannot be utilized in one sitting. So it will be recorded as inventory, and then the offices or concerned offices will submit liquidation as to the utilization of the said inventory. As to the decision of the procurement, mode of procurement, Your Honor, whether cash advance or not, we have here our BAC members, Your Honor, they can answer that because they are the one who decides what will be the mode or method of procurement regarding fuel.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, wag naman tayo ganyan, no, dahil alam ko yung trabaho ng BAC and the accountant. Okay? Kasi lahat naman ng document sa kanila lang is to determine who would supply, and pagdating sa mga processes ng disbursement, of course, you have the knowledge and you know everything on that aspect, no? So, yun ang Mr. Chair, ang isang concerns natin dito kung paano ninyo ma-reconcile at ma-prove in public at maging transparent itong transactions na to, kasi balbalikan din kayo. At we are looking on this aspect, Mr. Chair, dahil we are here to investigate in aid of legislation para we will be guided also what measures we could act also here in Congress in this case, no? So nakita kasi natin na kanina, sinabi natin na na-record ninyo as part of your inventory, pero tayo dito are very much aware na pag ganito nakalaki yung amount, pag sinabi natin inventory, wala kayong paglagyan yan. Okay? Kasi yung ako may experience on the fuel refilling, yung 3 tangke, minsan 800,000 lang yung presyo nun. Yung 3 o 4 na tangke yung mga refilling gas station, puno yun yung 3. So yung cost doon nasa around million lang. Ito 19.4 million yung inventory nyo. So ang tanong ko dito, saan nyo tinago itong ganitong bulk ng quantity nitong fuel nito? So balik tayo dun sa question, dahil gusto talaga namin malaman kung nag-paid advance ba talaga kayo with the supplier.